baby, tu jettes ça. Oh, dja dja, y'a pas moyen, dja dja. J'suis pas ta cata, dja dja. Genre, en katana, baby, tu jettes ça. Tu penses à moi sans en faire de l'argent. J'suis pas ta daronne, j'te fais pas la morale. Tu parles sur moi, y'a R. Chanteur, y'a R. Tu voulais m'avoir, tu savais pas comment faire. Tu jouais un rôle, tu finiras aux enfers. Dans son Nakamura, je l'ai couché. Le jour où on se croise, faut pas tout faire. Tu jouais le grand frère pour me salir. Tu cherches des problèmes sans faire exprès. Putain, mais tu déconnes. C'est pas comme ça qu'on fait les choses. C'est pas comme ça qu'on fait les choses. Putain, mais tu déconnes. C'est pas comme ça qu'on fait les choses. Oh, dja dja, y'a pas moyen, dja dja. J'suis pas ta cata, dja dja. Genre, en katana, baby, tu jettes ça. Oh, dja dja, y'a pas moyen, dja dja. J'suis pas ta cata, dja dja. Genre, en katana, baby, tu jettes ça. Oh, dja dja, y'a pas moyen, dja dja. J'suis pas ta cata, dja dja. Genre, en katana, baby, tu jettes ça. Oh, dja dja, y'a pas moyen, dja dja. J'suis pas ta cata, dja dja. Genre, en katana, baby, tu jettes ça. Oh, dja dja, j'suis pas ta cata, dja dja. Y'a pas moyen, dja dja, ouais. En katana, baby, tu jettes ça. Oh, dja dja, j'suis pas ta cata, dja dja. Y'a pas moyen, dja dja, ouais. En katana, baby, tu jettes ça. Non, mais quoi? En katana, baby, tu jettes ça. En katana, baby. En katana, baby, tu jettes ça. En katana, baby. Oh, dja dja. Oh, dja dja. Oh, dja dja.
Good afternoon, beautiful people. Welcome to Let's Pop with me, Ewoton. And today I have a beautiful guest. Thank you so much for joining us live on TikTok. Kindly share this live and invite other people to join us here on Facebook, YouTube, and then StreamYard on www.blackheartfriendnetwork.com. Sorry about that. It's a great day to be alive, remembering that you are the change you need to see in the world. Kindly follow our conversation of the day with a beautiful guest that I have finally here. I will let her introduce herself today.
Hi, everyone. I can't get used to that for sure. I'll introduce myself. Thank you so much for having me, Ewoton. I'm so happy to be here. My name is Angel Wamaitande, and I am a digital marketer by profession and a rapper. So thank you.
And thank you so much for coming like early in the morning and just having a good time. You're talking about amazing, informative conversation. I believe someone was listening and they're like, yeah, I need to basically step up.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for following us. Kindly follow us on all the social media, remembering that you are the change that you need to see in the world. You matter. And you can basically define your world by starting with you. You're already defining Africa. And today's topic is the power of sisterhood, which is kind of like really good conversation. And I got this in regards to yesterday, I was listening to Priyanka Chopra's one of the videos, and she was talking about how we can really come together as women instead of fighting each other, right? Which also came up from a video that came from like ranking women. And I feel like women should definitely stick together instead of fighting and competing.
Yeah.
I believe if we come together and join together in reasoning, because women are basically in different parts or sectors in regards to careers.
Yeah.
And when another woman sees another woman in a position, it's kind of like an in regards to making you feel like you're less. You should be empowered by that. In regards to making you feel like you know what I see doing there, talking all nasty, backlashing. Why should you like basically ask the girl, how would you do this? Ask for advice. And I feel like we should now it's at least like there's that sisterhood, but I feel like it's not really there.
Yeah.
Because it can become a power force in regards to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm gonna read the definition of the power of sisterhood, or basically what the meaning of that word means, and also the power is like the advantages of basically supporting each other, being there for each other as women in regards to I can see like on Instagram sometimes or on social medias when a lady is kind of like talking about a situation, you can see some weird comments. Some women really comment in a very like negatory way.
Yeah.
Instead of just always support women. Have you seen women when they're like in a club and they're drunk
Yeah.
and maybe one needs help?
Yeah.
And at that moment, you're, oh my God, I'm sorry. Or basically tell someone, I love you so much. And you just met them.
Yeah, you just met them. Actually, and it's true. Especially those bathroom.
They did that to you?
Ah, geez, such an asshole.
Yeah, just leave. You deserve better.
Yeah.
Then when you're sober,
Then
it's
I-
like, yes, you got
So,
that.
are we friends?
Are we friends? Do we know you? But I feel like that moment brings out the power.
Yeah.
Like women are very emotional or can be really caring, and we're naturally like nurturing creatures,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna define the term or the power of sisterhood. As you said, it's about women coming together to uplift, inspire, and support one another. It's about recognizing that our individual journeys are enriched when we walk hand in hand with our sisters. Sisterhood transcends boundaries, whether they be personal or professional, and it can create a sense of belonging that's invaluable. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Have you ever had a bond with girls or a girl and you're like sisters and then they betrayed you?
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh my gosh, how in the world that cannot happen?
Because I'm a good sister. I'm a good friend.
Yeah.
At least I hope to be.
Yeah.
And I have been betrayed and let down, and it came more or less as a surprise because when you have a girlfriend that is your bestie,
Yeah.
you confide in her, you share a lot of like intimate
Yeah.
information with them, you'd never expect them to ever turn around and use that same
Of course.
information
Against you. Yeah.
or even use that information against probably somebody. Let's say you were just trying to get their opinion about,
Yeah.
but they go and tell that person that you said this and just create this whole,
Yeah.
little snake kind of vibe
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
Because I'm trustworthy. I would never go and
Yeah.
say anything that we speak in confidence,
Yeah.
right? So I would never. I sometimes don't even feel I have to say like, don't go and tell anyone. If we're friends, if we're sisters, that's like an unwritten code,
Yeah.
right?
Of
Like,
course.
what we share between each other should be between what we share between each other.
Yeah.
And the kind of betrayal that I've experienced is, the backstabbing. It's come to a point where it's involved
Sorry.
involved in a guy,
Mhm.
where guys come between like us sisters, and most of the time we don't even see it coming. You don't even see it coming, and
Yeah.
if it does happen, it just gives you a better understanding of how to approach
Mm.
even creating these sisterhoods.
Right.
You're able to speak what you want in the
Yeah.
beginning of relationships,
Yes.
right? So
Yeah.
that you understand from the beginning, this is exactly what I'm expecting.
Yeah.
And so if anything changes along the way,
Mhm.
you will know that, okay, maybe this friendship might not be for us,
Yeah.
right?
That is so true.
Because in the beginning, we always I went into friendships not really knowing what I wanted in friendships until you experience these things, and then you're like, okay, maybe this is not what I want, or maybe this is not the kind of friend I want, or maybe
Yeah.
I want this kind of friend, right?
Mhm.
So the more you grow up, you realize like what kind of friendship are you actually looking for, and that does that person also have the same
Yeah.
kind of goals and
Yeah.
aims that you do have when
Yeah.
you're considering friendships or
It's so true.
relationships. Yeah.
It helps you really realize like you are so like straight up in regards to this is the kind of friend or like traits that one in a friend. And I believe women, the fact that I always say like if you have a friend and you're genuine about it or they're genuine and you feel like they're genuine with you, having their back is so important because I feel like women would really understand what hurt means, pain is, like climbing up the ladder in terms of professionalism or career, in terms of like grinding, also like starting a family, being a wife, being a friend, being a mother. That's basically your nurse. And the fact that we can understand the pain that we go through,
Yeah.
it should make it less easier to actually just support a sister
Yeah.
and just offer them
Yeah.
love and just be there for them. And
Yeah.
because instead of like creating these blockages and mounting against other, tarnishing each other's name, it's beautiful when you're clapping for another girl and you're excited about whatever is happening in their life. Instead of basically doing something, your win, you this like I'm better than you.
Mm.
My career is better than you. It's like you're trying to show like, you know what, you're not in my class. But we
Yeah.
don't really need that
Yeah.
because I believe, as I said earlier, we can become a force.
Yeah.
In regards that, you know, like, oh, I know this girl have my back 100% all the time. In regards to, I've seen some girls, if they really love you and they support you and care about you, they will stand up for you. Like,
Yeah.
hey, they'll be
Yeah.
like, do not talk to her like that.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot.
Yeah.
I'm like that.
Yeah.
Like, do not.
I can sense that. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. And it feels, I mean, so from my experience, like what you're sharing is like
Yeah.
a lot of women who have these very nice shiny jobs
Yeah.
kind of gatekeep, right?
Mm.
And don't show the journey of how they got there, right?
Mhm.
Because most of people, you don't know what people's journeys
Yeah.
really look like. You
Yeah.
just see them, you know, at that big position, and you just
Mhm.
think that yeah, it just happened. No, it didn't. But not many women will be able to share and say,
Yeah.
this is what I did, this is what I started doing,
Yeah.
this is what I continue doing.
Yeah.
You know, most of them are just saying like, just work hard. You know, just
Right.
keep at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's no even guidance or
Right.
things like, for example, budgeting is important. How to learn how to
Yes.
save. These are
Yes.
probably ways that these
Of
women like
course.
got into the positions that
Yeah.
they did by
Yeah.
making the right kind of decisions.
Mhm.
Um, and you wouldn't find many.
Yeah.
There are a few who
Mm.
are willing to, you know, diverge that information
Of
to other
course.
young ladies
Yeah.
in our community. Um, but you wouldn't find the ones who you want to talk to
Yeah.
are open
Yeah.
to having those kind of conversations, right? So what do you do in that kind of point?
Mhm.
I think people who are willing to deepen
Right.
the information
Right.
and not
Right.
make you feel like you're any lesser.
Thank
You
you.
know?
Because you're talking about the power,
Yeah.
like when someone away from you,
Mm-hmm.
it kind of makes you feel less
Yeah.
because you're like, that's not me.
Yeah.
Like, that's not my character.
Yeah.
But the fact that people can gaslight you, you're like,
Mm.
actually, I don't need that energy right now. I think I need to develop this friendship. Because if I'm your friend, I'm your sister,
Yeah.
I'm supposed to bring the best out of you.
Yeah.
I'm
Exactly.
supposed to want to make you see, like,
Yeah.
want to make you
Yeah.
like support you regardless.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But I feel like the fact that some people have so much love
Yeah.
that you find somebody who, not because they do not have so much love, they, whatever they can give you in that capacity, that's what they basically know and they have.
Yeah.
So it's basically not your fault or even their fault
Yeah.
because that's the best they can give you.
Yeah.
But you feel like you're giving so much
Yeah.
and you're running dry
Yeah.
and you have to always fill your cup,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Right.
But if you find someone who you're always filling their cup and they're
Yeah.
not filling yours,
Yeah.
you're gonna be drained.
Yes.
So sometimes you have to cut yourself off
Yeah.
from a distance,
Mhm.
and you'll always find your people
Yeah.
who'll always fill your cup. You fill their cup,
Yeah.
and you know 100% that this living, or as we talked about, evolving, growing, learning,
Yeah.
it makes you be the best version of yourself. Every day you're growing, learning something new.
Yeah.
And if you're someone who doesn't want to learn or grow in anything, you'll
Yeah.
always be stagnant,
Yeah.
like for the longest, and you'll not realize the other version of yourself. Like, oh my god, I can write. Oh my god, I love this.
Yeah.
And it's so amusing because you always find there, like whatever you are right now, a stage where you're learning, growing something new, there you'll find a tribe like that,
Yeah.
and you basically click.
Yeah.
And the fact that you're not filling your cup
Exactly.
in regards to learning something new,
Yeah.
learning a language,
Yeah.
you'll find such people and you're like, oh, my people. But maybe a year ago, you're not like that.
Yeah.
But
Because
the
you didn't immerse yourself.
Thank you.
You didn't like. Because okay, so with people who have conversations,
Yeah,
you need to find those people who want to have conversations.
I
with
agree.
you, right?
Yeah,
Because there are people who just don't want to have conversations. They just want to sit in silence.
I
You can
agree.
still find your tribe in that.
It's so
you know?
true.
People who like the Zen and the meditation. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's different ways you can find your people.
so true.
So it's a matter of putting yourself out there,
Mm,
right? So if
yeah.
you want to be a writer, if you want to be a singer, if you want to be a dancer, dance, post it, let
Mm.
people see
Yeah,
what you are capable of, right?
yeah,
And you might not be so good in the beginning, but people love the journey.
it's so true.
People like to travel through your beginning, your middle, not your end, but you know what I'm saying? That journey that
Your
like,
journey.
yeah, that journey
Yeah.
that takes you through even you discovering
Mhm.
yourself, right? Because who knows, you might even motivate somebody to also begin to discover
I
themselves
agree.
by them just seeing you
Mhm.
learn how to discover
Yeah,
yourself.
it's so
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
But what are the challenges? What do you think about? Let's talk about the challenges, like the reason why we don't really support each other, or we're not there like
Um,
a as women.
I mean, I was even thinking about that. I was
Yeah.
like maintaining a sisterhood mentality.
Yeah.
Like, what does it take to maintain that sisterhood
Yeah.
mentality?
Mhm.
Yeah. Um, for one, it takes discipline and dedication
Yeah.
and learning how to be accountable.
Yeah.
Right. Um, where like if we make plans,
Mm-hmm.
let's stick to that plan.
Yeah.
When we have an agenda, let's make sure that we follow through with our agenda.
Mm.
Yeah. If we have a goal, let's make sure we actually get to that goal.
Yeah.
And how do we get to that goal? Is it us keeping our communication up? Is it
Mm.
us, filling each other's cup and making
Right.
sure that when I'm not motivated, you're motivating me.
Yes.
When you're not motivated,
Yes.
I'm motivating you. Like,
Yes.
is it me coming to you? Is
Yeah.
it you coming to me? Like,
Mm.
how can we make sure that we get to this
Mm-hmm.
end goal? And what does it take, right?
Mm.
So it's a matter of even just having those conversations and understanding, like,
Yeah.
what does it take to build a sisterhood
Yeah.
and a strong sisterhood at
Yeah.
that, right? So it's also understanding, like, are we like minded? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We might not have the same goals,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
But we could have the same kind of mentality where we both want to achieve our own individual goals.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so by achieving our own individual goals, we're still motivating each other and pushing each other. And Ewoton,
Yeah.
did you do this? You
Yeah.
told me you were supposed to do this. Did you get it done?
Yeah.
Like just being accountable for each other and letting each other know that we have our goals and we have our aspirations and we want to achieve them. And I think that's what makes a sisterhood strong.
call your auntie. Yeah, we're talking about. Thank you guys for joining us again here on Let's Talk with Ewoton, talking about the power of sisterhood amongst the African women. We have my beautiful guest Angel, who's been giving us the tips, talking about how we can basically empower each other to be better in regards to sisterhood. Kindly join us on TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, and kindly stream on StreamYard www.blackhawkfanetwork.com. Remembering that you are the change that you need to see in the world. So, Angel, we're talking about the challenges that basically create the
Yeah.
the discord
Yeah.
between women in regards to like when you see a woman you get intimidated
Yeah.
instead of hyping her up
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
supporting her
Yeah.
and asking like how did you get here,
Right.
what did you do, and some really are very friendly.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you see a woman in her I can say power version of her, a powerful version of her, it kind of intimidates you because you're like you feel less, which you shouldn't feel less of yourself at all. Nobody should make you feel less.
Yeah.
That's not right.
Right.
Ever.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the challenges. So we were talking about gatekeeping and like accountability.
Yeah.
Right. Also that feeling of let's say bad past experiences.
Yeah.
Right. Like I know I've met some women in that powerful version.
Yeah.
And number one, they were not very open in sharing, how they got there. They'll just be like, yeah, just work hard,
Yeah.
just do your best.
Okay.
Right? But what does that really mean?
Mm.
Yeah? What kind of information are you trying to send forward? Because I'm going to grow up and become old eventually, and there'll be generations after me.
course.
And what kind of example or what kind of mentorship am I trying
Yes.
to share
Yes.
forward, right?
Yes.
Because something that I do, especially with my digital marketing
Yeah.
services, I offer training, right? Free training for people who,
Beautiful.
yeah, who are willing, well, not willing, who do attend my training sessions, which I host on Google Meet, right? And these are training sessions where I teach them how to make money by leveraging
Right.
their social media platforms,
Yeah.
their websites, and stuff like that. Because, I mean, I got where I am because somebody was willing to teach me.
Right.
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 And I'm also willing to teach somebody else.
Yeah.
And it's more like, do we have other women in our community who are also willing to teach other women about the skills that they do know?
Yeah.
Because you can have women in finance, you
Yeah.
can have women in body fitness, you can have women in skincare regime,
yes.
like body care,
Body care, yeah.
taking care of that womanhood. There's a lot of information that we can share out there, and are people willing to share that information?
Are they?
And without making you feel like you either have to pay a big buck for it, or I have to know you personally for you to be able to share that kind of information with me. So those are just the challenges that I think us as women face, is that accountability and that gatekeeping aspect that we have, especially when we do reach that powerful version of ourselves. Yeah.
I always feel like it's just an honor to be in a position where you can really, really motivate, empower, uplift other women. But instead of using that platform to be, to lead, to empower, to hold other people's hand, we can see like most time we use it for our own advantage and our own self appraising.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's why I always talk about this. That's why a lot of like we have a lot of everybody's on social, the young generation, they're all on social media, and it's crazy because the people they look up to, the ways they show them to live, to behave, to act, it's just not right.
Right.
It's just not right. And it's crazy because some they would want like a how can I put it, like a motivator or someone to empower them, just learning. But they don't find that the things they're learning, the things with whatever is being portrayed, it's really sad because these are ladies, young ladies as girls and their teenagers who are going to be mothers, who are going to be women in these powerful positions. They're going to be mothers, wives. And I feel like, as I said earlier, we're all learning, growing, to be, to become. And the fact that it's hard right now to find people that who can really hold your hand and empower you. Yes, you can be a critical thinker, but not everybody is a critical thinker. Some people need to learn from somebody else. This is how you do this. This is how this part of it, like it's formed. Is how this goes, and you learn from it. As you said, someone had to teach you to do whatever you're doing right now, and you're teaching others. That's how everything is passed down. So because people need to be, as I said, the best version of themselves, and you're all learning different things. A lot of information being transmitted, transported every day in social media, books, the on the radio, the television, in regards to what are you watching, what are you listening to, right? And I feel like if we should have more women in these positions, which who can really, okay, they don't have to give in regards to funds or anything, but the power of your words, speaking a word to somebody, can really change someone's life. Where they feel like, you know what, I cannot do it anymore. I cannot. I don't see myself becoming anything. I don't see myself evolving. There are podcasts nowadays where you can just listen in and you're like, okay, I could learn to be in the fact that in the career line that you're in, or the train of career that you're in, I could learn this about this career and be better also. And I feel also sometimes it can come from the fact that how you're being brought up. Right? Some people did not grow up in a family where there's so much love and, the care. So they do not know how to give that. Right? Yeah. So in regards to that, I don't know if you have anything to say, then we can play a short video and then we can talk about it.
Yeah, I think it's important, like, because okay, even how we've been raised, so without love, right, you kind of have like a sense of fear, right? You're afraid of interacting with other beings, right? So even when it comes to even understanding what people are saying, you have this sense of, what if they're wrong? What if I can't do that? What if I have this, what if I can't make it the way they've made it? So it's a sense of like breaking that information down to like lower that sense of fear around trying new things, right? Because the hardest thing is change, right? And a lot of people don't like change because you have to adjust a lot of things in your life when change begins to happen. But being afraid of change means you're kind of comfortable where you are. But are you happy where you are?
Right.
Being comfortable, yes, you can be comfortable and happy, but
Of course.
why do you feel like you have that urge to try and learn and try to immerse yourself in different things? It's because your mind and your body is craving for change, right? And so what does that mean? You have to immerse yourself in that possibility of being scared that you might not make it or you might make it. But the chances of you making it are way higher than you actually failing. But you have to be committed to this process of change. You have to be committed and strong in the fact that, like, every day is a working day towards that goal, right? It's not you do one day and then 3 months you don't do nothing. No, it's every day for 3 months, for 3 years, for 30 years that you are trying to make that change, so that you're gradually accumulating that growth mindset and that that change that you hope to see when time does come. Like they always say, your time is coming. But your time is coming if you do the right thing. If you're working towards that goal,
yes.
Right?
Not because you're just chilling and like, okay, my time is coming.
Your time will never come if you're just chilling.
You
That's
put in the work. You
have
make
to
some
put in the work,
adjustments. You cut some things up, some habits.
Some sacrifices.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Isn't it amazing when you cut off something and you like it was not really adding to you or giving, and you try to become like the opposite of it, like better, right? You see different doors, different kind of people coming to you. Another door open is like it was just waiting for you to change a habit, to change maybe your mindset and how you're thinking or seeing life.
And you'd be like, the whole time.
I know you were just waiting for me to just make this adjustment. And I don't know why it's really hard for people to do that.
Because people are comfortable.
Thank you.
Yeah, and habit is a bad thing to break, right? So if you're used to doing a certain kind of thing, and you're used to that result, you're more than likely to stay in that state of mind. But if you're like, I'm tired of living in this place, I'm tired of this job, you're gonna start looking for a new job. You're gonna start looking for a new apartment. You're gonna start looking for a new job that can pay you better, so you can live for a better apartment. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's things that need to change.
Everything is like our church too. Everything.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you want to change where you live, you just have to spend time looking for a better job.
Yeah.
Or ask for a raise. Become confident enough and talk to your boss and be like, listen, sir or madam.
Sir.
Okay. I've been here quite some time and I think this is what I offer.
Uh-huh.
And if you don't like it, I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
Because more than not, I have this friend.
Okay.
She used to change jobs every 2 years.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, every time she would change her job, she would add 50K to her
Ooh,
salary.
dang.
Yes.
Yeah.
Honey. And I was like, don't you think it's going to be bad on your CV? She's like, sweetie, I am not dedicated to no job unless they're willing to pay me a pretty penny.
Yeah.
Right? And when I think about it, I'm like, I mean, she's kind of smart, right?
Yeah.
Because you become more valuable when you
Of
resign
course. Yeah.
rather than when you're fired or when you're
Yeah.
entrenched,
Yeah.
right? So if you resign, you have the upper hand
Yeah.
when you're out there looking for a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you don't. And when you resign, you actually leave on a high note rather than when you're fired with disappointment. There's
Yes.
a lot of
Yeah. There's a
gray
lot of
area when
going
you're
on.
fired, right?
Yeah.
But when you resign, you get references
Yeah.
people can call back on
Yeah.
and like let you and call the previous job,
Yeah.
so this is just advice. So like if you're looking to make those changes,
Mm-hmm.
there has to be a plan though. Don't just wake up and tell your boss like I'm out of here. No.
I'm out of here. Bye.
Bye.
Deuces.
No. You might get fined for that. So do it the right way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if you're under contract. And stuff like that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Dang.
So
Yeah.
be careful, guys. Read between the lines. Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah. So it's important when you want to make those changes. You'll just see the universe working in your favor.
Yeah. Because you talked about something, I was like, yeah, so we're like evolving things.
Mhm.
We're not supposed to stay or doing something for so long without learning something new, changing.
Yeah.
Even let's talk about even outfits, changing your outfit.
Hello.
I mean, when you stay with like this one outfit, like in your closet for long, there's a way you feel.
Yeah.
You're like, no, I need something new, and it brings this energy, and you're like, oh my god, I have this. Yeah, I think
your makeup,
right.
You know?
Shoes. Talk about it. It's basically depicts to like everything in life.
Yeah.
It's always better.
Mm-hmm.
There's always the best version hidden in you.
Yeah.
And it's up to you to mount that out in regards to, as you're saying, habits. If it's an eating habit, diet habit.
Oh, for me, that's the problem. And fitness.
Fitness.
I'm a fitness fanatic.
Yeah.
But like staying committed.
Hard.
Yeah. Like last year, I was really good. I was doing 5 kms 3 times a week.
Wow.
This year, I've done nothing.
Dang, girl.
Like nothing.
Yeah.
0. And I'm just looking at my shoes and everything. I'm like, yeah, we'll be back. Sometimes it's the state of mind.
Thank you.
Know? And that you have to really set your
force
mind.
yourself.
Yeah. If you're waking up at 6, put on those shoes. Get out of the house already, girl. What are you doing inside?
Yeah.
But if you sit and let that wallow with you, you'll be like, I'll do it tomorrow.
Then tomorrow comes.
And it continues coming.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, damn. Look at my calendar. Already in May.
It's October already.
It's like that. So yeah, it's important. So with sisterhood, it's also how you treat yourself.
Yeah.
How you treat yourself is how you
treat other people. Yes. Yeah. It's so true. You cannot give love if you don't love yourself.
Exactly.
At all.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like if you're someone who likes love the best things in life.
Yeah.
You want to give somebody with the best thing in, like beautiful present. Like you want to give the best.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm gonna play a short video here, and then we're gonna talk about it. Please, and if the internet. Okay, just a moment. Okay, there we go.
Is Priyanka Chopra Kenyan? She lives in Kenya.
No, Priyanka Chopra is she's the wife to Nick Jonas in the Hollywood.
I remember. I was like, why did you talk about Priyanka Chopra? It's when we were at Sinam's house.
Yeah. Definitely. Did I play a video of her?
Who's Sinam?
Me?
Oh, sure.
Did I play a video of her?
No, you were just talking about that.
No,
you were just talking about that. You said she's a motivational speaker?
Yeah. Yeah. For me, it's like the fact that the fact she's saying it's really hard to prioritize. I don't think it's true. I don't think it's. I think it's intentional. You have to be
I don't get
intentional.
where she's coming from, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Like, okay, so my child is like 12 now,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And when I gave birth, I was about 20.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends didn't have kids.
Okay.
So even getting them to align with me being a mom
Mhm.
was a big clashing point,
Mhm.
right? Because they want to go out, they want to party, they want to do
Yeah.
this, they want to do that. And I can't do that because
Mhm.
I'm at home being a mom, right? But we would hang out. We'd go to like child-friendly places and
Mhm.
locations. Like I had friends who were really, really good.
Mhm.
Then I had a lot of friends who fell off being my friends because there was a misalignment and prioritizing at some point,
Mhm.
yeah? Because your child in the young years needs so much more time,
Right.
that also your friends require time, but then the amount of time your newborn baby needs
Yeah.
is like 24/7.
Yeah.
You know
Sure.
what I mean? Yeah.
Sure.
So you kind of don't show up to these places that they invite you. You don't pick up those phone calls
Yeah.
because sometimes when it's time to sleep, honey, it's time to sleep. Yeah. You don't reply those
Yeah.
messages, so you see they just slowly begin to just that
Fade
flame,
away.
yeah,
Yeah.
fade away. And they just fade away because I don't check on them. They check on me. I don't check back. You know,
Yeah.
so there's always like a miss
Mhm.
that's happening.
Yeah.
And so yeah, you do reach a point where prioritizing might be an issue,
Okay.
especially when stages that you might
Yeah.
probably be having kids or getting married.
Yeah.
Because there'll be some friends who are not getting married. There'll be some friends who are having kids. There's
Yeah.
some friends who are not getting married or getting married. So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like people's priorities, they begin to change along the way
Mhm.
because
I
we're not on the
agree.
same agenda like
Yeah.
we used to. Primary school, we're on the same agenda.
Yeah.
High school, same agenda. Uni, same agenda. And then things begin to change as we get older.
Mhm.
We start doing things at different times, different periods, different locations. I've
I
had
agree.
friends who moved away
Yeah.
and we were like, oh my God, don't worry, we're going to stay in contact. We're going to be besties forever.
Yeah.
My friend, time zones matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you're going to sleep, people are waking up. When you're waking up, people are going to sleep. So there's a lot of things that do actually hinder
Yeah.
having adult relationships and
Yeah.
maintaining them. And she's actually raised a very good point.
Mhm.
Like when you're getting married, when you're having kids, when you're probably looking into saving for your house, you can't party
Yeah.
at the time when you're trying to like save for your
I
house.
definitely agree with you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so there's priorities.
Yeah. And the fact that we're talking about getting relationships or people, you call them as family or on the same level as you. I think like when you grow or basically become a mother,
Yeah.
I think do you have friends who are mothers? Obviously.
Now I do, and now they always call me like, "Oh my God, how did you do it?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Girl,
I'll be
have to
calling
calm
you in the
down."
future if
Yeah,
that happens.
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I say that a lot.
Mhm.
Like, marriage and
Yeah.
motherhood is not like something which really I think about like all the time. It's like, oh my God,
Yeah.
or it's gonna make me cause not to
Yeah.
sleep or
Yeah.
no.
I used to be like a baby.
No.
Like,
Yes.
yo.
Yeah. It happens sometimes when you don't plan it.
Mm.
That's okay. You know, it's life.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do about it?
Mm.
Just live in the process or just go with the process, right?
Yeah.
But the fact that in time or in life, you basically get into the people who are in the same space or pace with you. It's beautiful. The fact that I say did not agree with you, I think I did not really listen to what you're saying. In fact, that when you have kids, you have a husband. I thought she was talking about maybe when you're single or just living your life because you can prioritize.
Yes,
it's about being intentional about everything.
Right.
Intentionality is key also in life and communication. 100%. If you're not intentional about a relationship, about a friendship, about a job, do not get into it because you're not gonna give your 100% everything, and it's okay to say no. I always say it's okay to say no. Even to your best friend, your husband, it's okay to say no. Which is it used to be an issue, but I think nowadays people are adapting like no, I'm not gonna drink.
Right.
You all can drink, but also the
know.
fact that they respect that, it's beautiful. It means you're friends.
Exactly. And they don't like, oh my gosh, like how dare you not say that?
Oh my God, when you're not thinking. Yeah.
No, but I get what you're saying. I mean, intentional, very, very important, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like, there's some friends of mine who I still have to this day because they were intentional of
Yeah.
keeping their friendship with me, and they used to come and see me because they realized I wasn't as mobile.
Yeah.
I was able to always
Right.
so they used to come and visit me.
Yeah.
They come and spend time with me. And then once my child started getting bigger,
Yeah.
now I started going to visit them with my child. You know what I'm saying? Like in child-friendly areas.
Yeah.
Sometimes to their place.
Yes.
So we were working on that relationship, right?
Yeah.
And the people who just fell off the boat, I mean, I guess fell off the boat, you know?
Yeah, this is bringing me that time we were hanging out, you, Sinam, and I. And I remember that day, Marnie was hungry.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
And we were chilling. I think he was just listening to music in the house, or I was trying to research something. And you're like, "Come, let's chill outside." And then Marnie, you're like, "Are you hungry?" And mother, part of you came out, and I'm like, "Wow."
Because he was throwing the toy around, right? And it hit me, and I was like, when my daughter used to throw things around, there was something that was frustrating her. It was either dirty diaper or she was hungry, right? And I was like, Amani's a big boy. He looks like he already knows how to use the potty. So I was like, Amani, are you hungry? And immediately he was like, "Girl, you better get me some food."
And you're so like chill.
And he sat down.
And he was laughing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dang.
I
was just like, okay, what's happening? Like, you're gonna throw tantrums? Sure.
Yeah.
Sour.
No, but yeah.
I was concerned, but yours was really strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, there's something off here.
Yeah. And also, like, the way you connect with Sinam is really, it's really like close, because when you guys are talking about kids, and also the time you're giving her advice in regards to the health and benefits to the health, it was like amazing. Like, as I always say, I love the way you raise your daughter. She's like amazing. She's respectful. It's just mind blowing.
Better than me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
She's so much better than me. Yeah. And I love that.
Right.
So thank you.
Sure.
Yeah.
And I think even Sinam told you that.
Yeah. She did. Like, and I met Sinam the same time I met her brother Matthews, because I went to school with Matthews.
Right.
And so when we'd hang out with Matthews, we'd always be like at Matthews' house. That's how I ended up meeting Sinam. Yeah. Yes, because we'd always be like hanging out with Matthews. Yeah. And then we just clicked from the first time that we met. Yeah. It was amazing.
Yeah. I love that. But I believe, like, as you're talking about evolving and growing and changing, and there's always the best version of yourself. And also as an African woman, let's talk about that. Because African women, I think there's a different way. Since we talked about this on the last podcast, and I think there was a glitch in regards to the network. So since you're here, hey. So I believe Keith always says this, like, as African women, it's like so natural for us to just be loving, kind. It's so really natural, right? And that part of fighting each other or not supporting each other is not something in us. But because of the world and everything that we were seeing, we were trying to be divided and fighting against each other. But I feel as women, I think as we grow into like into a adulthood, becoming mothers and wife, it's something really natural to us to be really, I don't use the word submissive because it really means different to whatever you're gonna define it. To me, it's respect and appreciating your man and just supporting him. That's what I define as being submissive, and basically just listening to his point of view, and basically not trying to be the man. You know?
I mean, there's no man that would like to be told what to do by his wife.
Ooh, dang, right? Yes.
But I would like to have a man that, if he knows that I like to raise my opinions, he gives me an opportunity to raise my opinion. He'd be like, "Honey, how do you feel about this? You know, sweetie, what do you think about this? Baby,
hey,
let me know your opinion on this." That's how you know, like, a man understands your submissiveness, but he also understands how confident you can be, or how,
and they're okay with that. They're not intimidated by the fact that you're naturally confident and you raise your opinions out, not because you're trying to demean or kind of like their opinion or their regard. It's because you're just trying to raise an opinion. And sometimes you can really you come out loud or strong. You can come out strong, but you're not trying. It's just your personality, and the fact that they can understand that and they're okay with that, and you still want their masculine energy, like, it's really attractive.
It really is.
Makes you submit naturally.
Exactly. Because he doesn't, so like, shh, you know,
don't shout here.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
more of like that's my
Don't
woman
raise your
talking.
voice. Yeah.
That's my woman, and I agree with my woman.
Hey.
I like a man who would like who'd boost me rather
Yeah.
than be like, oh, you talk too much.
Yeah.
No, I like my man to be.
Mm.
Yeah, that's my woman. Trust me, she knows what she's saying. You don't even want to continue talking.
Yeah, actually you do. A lot of ideas and information just pumps in your brain. You're like, oh my god, yeah. I basically thought about this. Dang, it's beautiful, and I feel like that's who we are as African women.
Yeah.
We're not this dominating, negative, feminist kind of thing. Independent. What do you mean you're independent?
Yeah.
I don't. I understand the fact that you're growing, evolving in your career. You have your own thing, but still, you understand when you get to the house, you're a wife.
You still want a hug. You still want to
yes.
You still want like, baby, what you want for like? You still want him to talk sweet to you. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to start. You don't want a shouting match. You don't want to. No. You want to be like, like, baby, what are you cooking for us today? Like, oh damn, you're waiting for me.
Oh my
it's
God.
not even a master to be in the kitchen.
No.
But he's waiting for you. He's waiting for his baby to come home so he can cook for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the kind of vibe that I like. Like, it's not like, get in the kitchen and cook for me, woman. No, baby, give me your bag, baby. Like, here's a glass of wine. Woo me into that vibe, and I'm telling you, I'll cook for you every single day. No lie.
Oh my God.
I'll be there. And I'll be ready to support you and be like, because he doesn't make me feel like
you're less of a woman, or they're not intimidated by the career that you're doing, or your career you're in, or the fact that you have your own. You're financially independent. They're not intimidated by that because they're in their masculine energy and they're financially independent and they're doing their thing and they understand, like, you do your thing. It makes you happy.
But it makes you feel beautiful.
Makes you feel beautiful. Yeah.
It's like, babe, I didn't hear you talking today. How are you feeling? Like he wants to hear my voice.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll be like, feisty. But it's like, I didn't get that feisty today. Like, where you at? Where you at, baby? Like, I'm telling you, that kind of motivation just makes you feel like
I agree with you.
You're not too much.
Yeah.
And you begin to trust even how you speak and how you talk
and
how you hold yourself.
Yeah.
Because somebody at home loves you. Then I'll be you. Yeah. But somebody at home loves me.
Somebody at home loves you. And women we're very like emotional creatures in regards to whether you're a judge, whether you're a doctor, whatever career you're in, women are still emotional. And the women who basically kind of like strategize or basically learned how to basically know they can be able to kind of like separate that. How the fact that they can be emotional intelligence in which aspect or in which factor, right?
Emotional intelligence is so important, even in sisterhood, right? Because I was even thinking about like how can we align, coordinate, and inspire, right? It's that emotional intelligence where you feel like me giving you a key to the city doesn't take access away from me. If you have access, that means I have access.
Yeah.
If I have access, that means you have access, right?
That's so true.
And you taking the key, like me giving you the key to the city, doesn't mean like I can never come back.
Thank you.
It just means I can give you time to do that, and I can go do something else. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're not really gatekeeping and holding things back from the next sister.
I agree.
Because think about like how long we've had presidents in Kenya. We've only had 5 now.
Yeah. We have?
Yeah, I think it's 5.
Okay.
If I'm not wrong.
Yeah. I don't even count. I don't even know.
But her first president was around like 50 years.
Is that Jomo Kenyatta?
Moi.
No, Jomo Kenyatta.
Moi, yeah.
He was the president, right?
Yeah. Jomo Kenyatta was the first one.
Yes.
Then there was Moi. Yeah. And Moi was like, he's going to be president forever. And then that's when Mwai Kibaki came in. Then we have the 2 terms now.
Yeah.
And Mwai Kibaki was like, thanks for the time, peace out. And then Uhuru came in, and now he's gone. And now now you see there's like momentum of changing, right? But why Kenya was so stuck for the past 50 years is because we only had one thinker controlling 30 million people,
right?
Yeah. But now that we have changes, we have other people coming into the country. We have other people going out of the country. We're building our economy.
Yeah.
Like a lot has changed over the past 15 years, right? Because us as a country have accepted change, and we've accepted
of course.
Hello, we need to
hello,
wake up, guys. And now we just need to work on people and the That's the
Thank you.
main important of people.
Do you think they control who's
Yeah.
gonna be like the president though? Regardless you
I think
vote.
it's mostly the people.
Yeah.
I think it's the people. If you can manipulate the poverty-stricken people with a few thousand shillings in their pocket, what can't you
We
get
were
from
talking
them?
about that. Joby talks a lot
Yeah,
about that in
like,
her show.
We manipulate our community,
Yeah.
our citizens so much with financial power
Mm.
that by the time the guy gets into office and they're like, no, he told us he's gonna do this.
Mm.
No, he told us he's gonna do this.
Mm.
10 years down the line, and there's
Nothing.
no accountability.
Nada.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We still vote for that guy who will come and probably pay school fees for it. And I understand because maybe it's an opportunity that their family has waited for a very long time. So you can understand how they feed the desperation of people.
They use it.
Yeah. You
they
know what
use
I mean?
it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they use it as a weapon against its own people. So
oh my gosh.
You know what I mean? So it's just a horrible cycle that
Yeah.
we need to begin educating our people so that we can also teach them that there is more opportunity than these leaders who come and put money in your pocket for a small amount of time.
Yeah.
But then look at how much time they take away from you in retrospect, right? They take a lot of more time compared to the little time that they would probably suffice for you.
I definitely agree.
Just to brainwash you for just that time so you can just get that vote. Then after you get that vote, where is he? Your roads are still spoiled. Your healthcare systems are still horrible. Your education systems are still horrible. Public hospitals have been at a standstill for almost a month now.
Yeah.
Because nurses going on strike because of horrible payments, and they even want to cut doctors and nurse what do you call this? Salaries in half.
Yeah.
And you're like, our healthcare workers, really?
It is a big deal.
But 100 billion will be stolen.
Sure.
For flooding that was supposed to be paid for, right? And then they say there's no money for healthcare.
Right.
But there's money for flood relief, right?
Right.
We're in a flood crisis right now. Where's that relief?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Accountability. Like things just happen in Kenya and they just go shoop.
Like yesterday. What really happened? Like the
blackout, right?
The whole random. Nairobi, like
so random. Even in Kabuku,
at the same time?
Yeah.
No.
You know when I was texting me, I thought you had power.
No. My phone was like Kidogo charged. Yeah. So I was just like using my data.
Yeah.
I didn't have power.
I didn't have power. And then after like, was it 8:30? No, it was 6.
No.
6. It was 6. Because I remember cooking dinner.
6?
In the dark. Yeah.
Really?
I think from like 6:30.
I can't remember. I think around 8.
Yeah.
And then I came back at 1. And I was like, what are they doing? Someone telling me Nairobi is so dark. Yeah. Can you imagine how Nairobi is? Like it's all the full lights and everything.
Lights,
and then the last time this happened is when the president of the United States would come into Kenya. We didn't have lights. I think so. Like
he shut us down.
Something happened. Like okay, what happened?
Yeah, switch like KPLC have like they just like switch off.
I think there's just so much security. I don't know what because it's Africa. I don't know what we're supposed to do.
TIA.
No, it's like okay, so hi. But it's all good. Much love.
I'm sure ruling a country is not easy. I'm not trying to say that it's easy. And maybe from where I'm standing, I might be like, do this, do this, do this, do that. I might be pointing the finger and like, maybe we can do this right. Yeah. Maybe I don't understand how it works.
Of course.
But I believe us educating our people is our first step.
It should be. But they're doing that. Right?
They're not.
And they're doing that. And that's why I feel like even most Kenyans, I can say Africans, they're like, whatever, I have bills to pay. Like, they don't really care. They're like, whatever, like, I'm just done.
Exactly. Feeding into desperation.
Yeah.
You know?
They're like, we're going to do that? Sawa. Like, sawa. What am I supposed to do?
To uni.
Yeah.
I'll vote.
Then we think about my life now.
Right.
Because, like, people have been talking about it. But it's so amazing because every leader that comes up and they give you these promises, in a way, it gives you that glimpse of hope. And you're like, maybe this one could be the one.
Right.
And then the cycle.
Yeah.
You know,
the same cycle.
Hoping like in our generation, if we have guys who woke, I hope they can do better.
Right.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Because it has been happening since 1987.
Yeah.
You know, the same cycle, same cycle. So I don't know what I'm supposed to say right now, but I feel like we should have to educate ourselves. As you're saying, and educating each other, and as we're talking about this, creating this ecosystem that can work because I know there are people who can really there.
Yeah.
They're there. We had this conversation in a podcast. Let's Pop also,
Mhm.
and I was saying that there are young leaders who I know they want to get into the government, not because of greed and
Greed,
everything. You
yeah.
can say it's the same cycle. It has been happening for how many years, but I believe there's someone, some a group of people somewhere that want to do better,
Mhm.
but it's so hard for them to get
To break
into the.
through.
Thank
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
because these gatekeepers
Yeah.
who've been there
Yeah.
for 100,000 years,
Yes. Yeah. Literally.
they're still there,
Yeah.
you know,
Taking down the whole
and they're like, yeah,
ship with them.
yeah, they still want to
Yeah.
be there,
Yeah.
and they're like, okay, someone was
Right.
telling me, my host was telling me, maybe we need them for advice. What advice?
Yeah.
What has
What
changed?
What has changed? Nothing has changed.
How are they advising them
They
to
still
be
fight
corrupt?
over things like,
Honestly,
and they make it so public,
yeah,
and people have to die because of small things like
yeah,
voting.
yeah.
You know, and you're like, how can people be so brainwashed? Like,
Mm,
you're gonna send somebody's son
mhm.
to go and fight in town and fight with the police and tear gas and big clubs
Yeah.
for what?
Yeah,
For what? Because even the people who want to make change, I'm
Mm.
sure they're thinking about their children.
of course. Thank you.
What are we
Thank
leaving for my
you.
children?
Yeah,
You know, it's not even like from themselves.
of course.
It's for the children who we're going
Yeah,
to be bringing up, right?
yeah.
And I even think, I think 20 or 30 years from now,
Mm.
war won't even be a thing because we're raising such softies. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying?
yeah.
Such my eyes.
Yes.
And people, war, what? Gun? Who's that?
Like, I hate violence.
You know, I hate
I'm like,
violence as
no,
well, you know?
run.
And even just hearing what's happening
Yeah.
globally is so heartbreaking.
Yeah, it
One.
is. It is.
But you're like, we're still at war o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
We're still in a fight?
I know. Like, why?
Missiles?
Like, really?
Bombs?
This is still happening?
This is still happening?
Really now?
What?
I thought we were so peaceful. Oh my gosh.
I thought we were advanced in brain.
Mhm.
You know.
Everything.
Hello. We're
Supposed
supposed to be
to
Homo
funny.
sapiens, guys. You know. We're not some monkeys living in a freaking jungle
No.
fighting for like a tree.
Thank you.
There's so much resources to give around
Yeah.
to share and like,
Mm-hmm.
and why are we still doing
Yeah.
this? Why?
Yeah.
It's because there's no sisterhood.
Thank
There's
you.
no brotherhood.
Brotherhood.
You know, there's no
Mhm.
love thy neighbor.
Yes.
As you love thyself.
Yes.
You know?
It's me.
Me.
Yes.
You know, and that kind of it's self-destructive.
Wow, I love
Yeah.
that word.
Yeah.
It is self-destructive. Yes.
Right.
It is self-destructive because you're just thinking about yourself.
Yeah.
Just thinking about your own world,
Yeah.
and it's
You don't care
sad.
who you hurt along the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the thing, because you can take down anybody.
Get out.
Yeah, and that's what's happening. The government is happening.
Yeah.
Also, in regards to these corporations,
Mhm.
in that are talk about what you talked about, the fact that a woman can be in power. You had experienced this, and
Mhm.
someone they're like, just work hard
Yeah.
and
Just
just
do your best.
be smart.
You got this.
Yeah, they're not giving you like the cut
1,
down
2,
1,
3,
2,
4,
3.
5, 6.
Number one, number
Exactly.
two. This is what you
Exactly.
do,
Exactly.
and we really need that.
Yeah,
We really
do.
need that. I believe if the government cannot depend on the government that much,
Yeah.
let's educate ourselves
Yeah.
by creating this ecosystem in different
Exactly.
digital marketing.
Yeah.
We're doing beautiful, teaching other people how to do
Yeah.
that. Our fashion designer create that ecosystem.
Exactly.
It's
It
beautiful.
can be so beautiful.
Yeah.
It can be so beautiful.
Yeah.
Because and the thing is like sometimes people just don't know where to look, but if you tell them look here, look
Thank you.
here, and look here,
Yes.
so surprised what
Surprised,
people
yes.
can do with just giving them
Yeah.
the keys to the city. Like I
Yes.
was saying,
Yeah.
you know, because if I've made my breakthrough,
Mm.
let's just say the next person doesn't deserve that, or
Yeah.
the next person behind that person, or the next person behind that person.
Mm.
It's just a matter of saying like, okay, go check this, go check this, go check this. Like there's a
Mm.
lot of people who I know who got into digital marketing just because I told them like go to Google Skillshop. You
Yeah.
can learn a lot of things on digital marketing, and you get certified by Google.
Yeah.
You can go through Meta Blueprint.
Yeah.
You can still get certified through Meta Blueprint,
Mm.
right? Or go to HubSpot Academy. You can still get certified through HubSpot,
I
right?
love that.
And these are all free online workshops that you get certified, and you are able
Yeah.
to land jobs
Mhm.
because of having these kind of certifications,
Yeah.
right? And okay, so the thing is, you have to definitely do the work. Okay, it might be 40-hour courses or 2-month courses, but you have to have the discipline and the dedication to want to change your life
Yeah.
and to learn these new skills for you to be able to, you know, change your life for
Yeah.
whatever what do you call this? However you want to like reach your goals
Yeah.
or attain your aspirations,
Yeah,
it's gonna take some work for sure. So it's
I
just a matter
agree.
of you just dedicate yourself
And also
and
sacrifice.
and
I
sacrifice.
think
You know,
most of us do not like
Yeah.
sacrificing because
Mhm.
it's a lot of hard work. Like
It
it
is.
sacrifices the
And saying no.
thank
Remember, you're
you.
saying it's okay to say no
Yeah.
because you have
It is
plans and have
of
an agenda.
course. You do not
Yeah.
have to fit in. You do not have to have the
Mhm.
latest
Yeah.
is it design
Yeah.
or
You know,
outfit. You can be
keep it
like
simple,
give
sweetie.
yourself time
Yeah.
and you're like it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Actually, it reminded me of what Janet Mbogo was saying.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna play a short clip of her. You know Janet Mbogo,
Mm.
and the way she had to sacrifice her way up in regards to who she is right now.
It's a digital marketer. I think I might have
Saving.
heard of her.
She was a radio presenter, TV presenter.
Mm.
Yeah. So it was just an amazing speech. And I think if you're learning about financial discipline, if you're learning
Yeah, I'm
about
tapping into that
creating the
financial discipline, yeah.
ecosystem as a lady,
Yeah.
if you're struggling with that,
Because think about it.
yeah.
I can teach my financially stable just by teaching myself that. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Hope I'm gonna find that
Because I'm a
video
bad
here.
saver. Let me not lie. Right now, zero bob.
Yeah. Okay.
Am I? No, it's a truth. It's a fact. I'm a bad saver. I'm a big spender though. Take my money.
Wow.
Ready.
That is really deep.
Mm.
The fact that she was being bullied, she had a
Yeah.
frog voice,
Yeah.
and she had this debate, and she was peaks,
Mhm.
was a radio host,
Yeah.
and it was just like basically just hosting everything.
Mm.
And she was like, you know what? In our station, Meteor,
Yeah.
my voice really matters, and people come and listening, they're looking for the truth.
Yeah.
You know, when they
Yeah.
hear Janet Moke, it's like
Yeah.
she's gonna say the truth
Yeah.
because she's in the and that brought like something like, okay, what do I really want to do?
Mm.
It brought responsibility. Like
Yeah.
she's not just like having fun being on the
Yeah.
media. Like her voice really mattered
Yeah.
to the people who are listening to her. And look at her now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She
and
did the right
she made a
thing.
change.
Yeah.
Where she
Sisterhood.
is,
Sisterhood. And she brought sisters
yeah,
together to help another sister.
in Nor
Yeah.
Dada,
Yeah. I don't know what's happening there.
right?
On the phone, sorry. I don't know.
Oh, it's okay.
Oh.
Yeah,
So you know what I mean? So like yeah, sisterhood's important and it also depends on the kind of goals that you do set.
yeah,
Right? Because I'd be heartbroken to find out that there's a girl who's using soil or chicken feathers. Like
yeah.
that is heartbreaking.
And that triggers something in her.
Yeah,
And the
I
fact
feel-
that she made a
Yeah.
change in the position that she was in,
Mhm.
the fact that she was just broadcasting or
Yeah.
presenting, and she was wondering like, what's my poppers? The fact that that triggered her,
Yeah,
and she made a difference where she's at.
yeah,
I have heard of Inor Dada.
yeah.
Ah,
I have.
yeah, right.
Yeah,
She made a difference.
Yeah.
It starts actually with you believing in
Yeah.
yourself and basically questioning like, what? How can I make an impact? What's
Mhm.
my poppers? And it becomes an ecosystem. Now
Yes.
she's working with a lot of people,
Yeah,
and the fact that she was able to communicate this at the station means the station was really nice. The
Mm.
boss agreed to this,
yeah.
and it made a difference.
Yeah.
Honestly,
She had a nice
so
boss.
the guys were saying that you can make a difference where you are.
Yeah.
Just find something that triggers you.
Yeah,
Ha!
yeah.
Jane Bogor.
Yeah. You always say something. You always say be the change.
You are the change you need to see in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's very important. The change starts with you.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. And it's important to always remember that because it's like a domino effect. When somebody
Right?
sees you behaving nicely, they also want to behave nicely.
Influence.
You know, if they
You're
see
talking
you,
about the power of
yeah,
influence.
yeah,
Like
exactly.
you influence every day. You don't
Yeah.
even know.
Yeah.
You don't have to be on social media.
Right.
Even the behavior, tiny
Yeah.
behaviors in the house, you
Yeah.
can see like if
Yeah.
you start saying something
Yeah.
or a word, I'll start saying it. The fact that I've been with you like 2 days or three, I'll be
I've
like,
noticed
let's
that
take it in my
in
hand.
my family as
I'm like,
well.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
you influence every day.
Yeah.
So learning how to be responsible in
Mm.
regards to how you're acting,
Yeah.
in regards to your behavior. I'm not talking about maybe how you talk and everything,
Mm.
how you carry yourself. Let me
Mm.
see that. There's someone who's looking at you at a distance, as a
Yeah.
mother, as
Yeah.
a career woman, as someone who's always looking up to you.
Mm.
So just be right, talk right, and also
Yeah.
just you can make an impact whatever you are.
Yeah.
As I say that.
Yeah.
And that's how we create a better world.
Yeah.
You may not see it right now because you say the government, you talk
Yeah.
about many things, but you don't know how like 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you don't know how it can be a train of change to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Remember we were talking about time
Yeah.
earlier today? And
Yeah.
we were like to allow ourselves to give ourselves that time for that change.
Yeah.
Right? And you will soon begin to see how hard you've been working.
Yeah.
If you give yourself time
Yeah.
to see that change.
To see that change.
Because Rome was never built in a day.
It's so
It
true.
took forever.
Yeah.
Rome.
Yeah.
It's one of the most beautiful cities in the
Mhm.
world today.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
So give yourself some Rome time.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
I definitely
Yeah.
agree with
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
I feel like we should listen to the last part of it, and then
Mm.
we're gonna basically come to the end of our show in regards to the power of sisterhood. I
Yeah.
think it should be topic, and also Mosquito, thank you for joining us. You're saying, what's this talk about? Spirit change, about spirit change in return. No, it talks the power of sisterhood among us African community. That's the topic of Let's Swap today. I'll be listening like for 5 minutes
Yeah.
of what she was saying, and then we gonna say our last says in regards to this topic.
Sure.
Yeah. Alrighty. What really hit me here is the fact that she said you can make a difference where you're at. Doesn't matter whatever industry. I always
Yeah.
say in your small little corner you can
Yeah.
make an impact and you come together with the power of the collective voice in regards to standing on your truth, standing for your truth, standing on what you believe in,
Yeah.
and the fact that you can create a family or basically a group or an ecosystem in regards to motivating, uplifting people to do better and to see themselves like people who are the change makers, the trendsetters of tomorrow.
Yeah.
It starts with the fact that she said every day you go to work, every day you're going on your hustle, and you have these generating urging you to make a difference. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Learn more about it.
Yeah.
Research more about it.
Yeah.
Communicate, talk to people more about it. Do short videos on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. Be consistent.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, there's someone who's always watching, always tuning in.
Yes.
And maybe you're inspiring that person and they're going to talk about you to someone else. It's a train. Yeah. And the fact that we can create that as Kenya in these industries, we're going to take over.
Yes.
We're going to take over and have a very powerful collective voice, also in regards to changing the government by God's grace.
Yes.
Yeah, and also affecting other countries in Africa.
Yeah.
And I feel like this revolution that is happening in Kenya, in Africa, in the art industry, music industry, everywhere. We just want change and revolution, and we need people who are kind of like motivating or creating that platform. Shout out to Black Out Fire Radio for this network. Honestly, it's beautiful, it's growing, it's educating a lot of Africans, young people in regards to who they are, the change they can be, and bringing that confidence, like you should not fear, and basically stand on your truth, learn more about who you are as an African and the impact that you can make. Amazing. Shout out to Keith Newson for creating this journal. And Janine Bogwer, what she's done, it means anything is possible.
Anything is possible.
It is possible.
Yeah.
She's doing it. She didn't know what to do. She didn't have an idea. This will be her life. But she followed that urge and trigger, and she's doing beautiful right now.
That's amazing.
Yes.
And as I said even earlier, it's just being consistent and being confident
Yeah.
in what you do. And it just takes that from
Mm-hmm.
That's-
Yes.
And even that
To give you a chance.
Yeah. And Shamani was like, even that one person could be yourself.
Thank you.
You know?
Yes.
And that's all you need.
That's all you need. Yeah.
And sometimes it's hard to clap for yourself. And
I
sometimes you
know.
want people to clap for you.
Yeah.
But sometimes it takes you to clap for yourself, to love yourself,
It's
to
so
believe in
true.
yourself,
Yeah.
for you to be able to get people to see that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I always say they don't have to get it right now. They don't have to understand what you're doing. But with time, they'll get it.
They'll get it.
They'll get it. You don't have to
Exactly.
explain nothing to anybody if they do not understand, but they will understand. It's going to show in time. Any last word in regards to the power of sisterhood and also the power of our collective voices? That should be a topic on Monday, the power of our collective voices on Let Pop. I love that. Yeah.
That'd be great. I mean, the last points are, try and find your tribe, your vibe, people who are aligned with you.
Yeah.
And begin that sisterhood in your neighborhood.
Yes.
Maybe at the church that you go to.
Yeah.
Or maybe, at things that you enjoy to do.
At a market,
Yeah,
the guys who sell at the market. I love the way they have the chamas.
Yeah, chamas.
Beautiful. Yes.
Whatever that you find yourself thriving.
Yeah.
See if you can create sisterhoods in that
Or an
environment.
ecosystem.
Yeah, or an ecosystem.
Yeah.
Or bring people that are
Together.
so far.
Yes.
Bring them together. There's WhatsApp group these days.
Yes.
It's video calling.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to be physically in the same place.
No.
You guys even have chats and
No,
conversations.
not at all.
Although physical contact is great.
It's
Seeing people
beautiful.
physically is great.
Yeah.
But just see ways where you can bring people together, share collective
Yeah.
ideas,
Yeah.
and see how you can all propel each other forward.
Yeah.
And just believe in yourself.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Believe in yourself, as a beautiful, amazing guest today, Angel said, believe in yourself. Thank you, General Mosquito, for joining Blackout Fire. Thank you for joining. Say, where can we listen to Angel's music, Ewoton?
Ewoton will be letting me know very soon.
Yeah, we'll definitely
once the
update
YouTube
you
is
on that.
up. Once the YouTube is up,
Yeah.
General Mosquito, I've been having some challenges with my production. But once the YouTube is up, I'm telling you, I'll be back.
She'll be back.
You can promo that.
She'll be back.
Yes.
Yes. So thank you everybody for joining us here. this afternoon, good morning, good evening, everybody, for joining us on your Black or Friend Network. Let's pop with Ewoton. It's been amazing. The topic of today has been the power of sisterhood amongst the African women, and it's been amazing conference. Thank you for
Thank
just
you.
making it a beautiful, making it
Thank you.
informative,
Thank you for having
and
me.
I feel wiser
Thank you. Me
learning this.
too. I
Yes,
feel like I can do this all day, every
every
day.
day.
Yes. I
Thank
love
you
it.
so much.
I love it.
Yeah, thank you
Yeah.
for joining us here today. I had an amazing time. Kindly download our app on Google Store and stream on www.blackoutfightnetwork.com. Join all our social media platform. Or gonna be the same time here on Monday on the Vibe Show and Let's Swap with Ewoton, Pan African Bliss. Oh my God, with Joby. It's been amazing. Thank you so much for joining us today. Have a great weekend. Remember, you are the change you need to
Weekend.
see in the world.
Yeah.
Love yourself and define who you are. We love you. We appreciate you. Much love. Take care. And just keep knowing that it is a great time to be alive and be African. Hey,
Hey.
cheers. Have a great
Cheers.
time. Thank you so much. Take care.
Bye.
Hello, papi, mais qui va ça? J'entends des bails